Welcome back, children. Today I'm taking chapter 2, natural numbers and whole numbers. Okay? In the first chapter you have already studied what is natural number. Okay? In this chapter we are studying what is whole number. Okay? Then tell me what are natural numbers. Natural numbers are, yes, counting numbers. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These numbers are called natural numbers. We can write these numbers as the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. and so on. These are natural numbers. Okay, then if we include 0, okay, with these natural numbers we will get whole numbers. Okay, natural numbers including 0 are called whole numbers. So how can we write the set of whole numbers? Whole numbers, we denote whole numbers as W. It's not clear. Okay, W equal to set of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Clear? So take your notebook and write this all, draw this number line and write this all in your notebook. Okay? After that, take your own time. Okay? So now tell me which is the smallest natural number. Which is the smallest natural number? We are starting natural number from 1. So the smallest natural number is 1. The smallest natural number is 1. Okay, then tell me which is the smallest whole number. Yes, we are starting it from here. So the smallest whole number is 0. Okay, the smallest natural number is 1 and the smallest whole number is 0. Clear? Next, look at here. We can see all natural numbers are whole numbers. All natural numbers are whole numbers. Clear? But all whole numbers are not natural numbers. But conversely, we can't say, that is, converse is all numbers are not natural numbers. Why? Because 0 is there. So, all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Clear? Okay. Next, the largest natural numbers. We can't say which is the largest natural number. It is infinite. Okay, it is infinite, and similar in the same way, the largest whole number is also infinite. Okay, if we say a biggest number, we can say by adding one more to that number and make it more bigger. So we can't say which is the largest natural number or whole number. Clear? Okay, next one, you take 2 natural numbers. That is, here I am taking 2 and 5. Okay, 2 and 5. 2 and 5. Between these numbers are consecutive or non-consecutive? They are not consecutive numbers. What is consecutive and non-consecutive? Consecutive means the number just after the number or before the number. That is, the number in the number line, the number lies on right or left of the given number. That is consecutive. Consecutive means continuously going. Okay. So here 2 and 5 are different numbers. Between that numbers we can see 3 and 4. Non-consecutive whole numbers, there lies another whole number. Okay, clear? Now you take your textbook. Okay, take your textbook, page number 40, and do this exercise. It's very easy. Okay, do it yourself. Then next, one more thing, predecessor and successor, I already told you, but I'll show an easy way. Okay, it is only for your understanding. Okay, I'll tell it now. Now you take your textbook and do exercise 1A. Okay. In that exercise, one question is there. Find the predecessor and successor. That I told how to do. But here I'll show you an easy way. Okay. If this is your number, okay, then write predecessor here and successor. That is P here and S here. Okay. Now you know that what is the alphabetical order? P, Q, R, S. Okay. So look at here. P is always comes before S. Okay. So predecessor is always come before the number and successor is always comes after the number. Okay. Good. Thank you. Next, operation on whole numbers. Okay. So tell me which are the main operation that is basic operation of maths. In arithmetics, tell me. You all know. Which are they? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So they are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, in this chapter we are studying some properties of these operations. Okay, three main properties are closure property, commutative property, and third one is associative property. Few more properties are there that I will tell. Okay, later. So these are the main properties: closure, commutative and associative property. So closure means we are closed. For example, I am writing the whole number set here, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay. Then I am taking this whole number 1 and 2. You can take any number 1 and 2 and adding it. What is 1 plus 2? It is 3. This is a whole number. This is also a whole number, and adding this I got 3. What about 3? 3 is also a whole number. So we can say these whole numbers are closed under addition. These whole numbers are closed under addition. So take one more example. In the case of subtraction, I am taking the same number. Okay. So look at here. This is number 1, a whole number. This is also a whole number. When we add these two, we will get another whole number 3. That is another whole number 3. That is when we do any operations and when we get the same, not same whole number, when we get another whole number, that is, it must be inside that set. Okay, when we add these two whole numbers and get another whole number, then we can say they are closed under that set. They are closed because 3 is also in the same whole number set. So we can say they are closed under that set. In the same way, we can check the subtraction. Take the same number 1 and 2. What is 1 minus 2? 1 minus 2, all of you know. How can we subtract a smaller number from bigger number? First you check the signs. One is positive, one is minus. If the signs are different, what was the rhyme? If the signs are different, find the difference. That is, difference means 2 minus 1. and put the biggest number sign. Which is the biggest number here? 2. So minus 1. Then what is 2 minus 1? 1. So our answer is 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Clear? 1 minus 2 is negative 1. I will tell that rhyme again. If the signs are different, find the difference and put the bigger number sign. If the signs are different, find the difference and put the bigger number sign. Okay, so next one, 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is, that all of you know, 2 minus 1 is 1 itself. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1 itself. Now look at here. Negative 1. Is negative 1 is a whole number? No. It's very clear. It is not a whole number. You know what is it? What is it then? Tell me. Yes, it is an integer. It is an integer. So negative 1 is an integer, but 1 is a whole number. If it is a whole number, then we can say it is closed. It is closed. But if it is negative 1, it is not closed. Clear? So in the case of subtraction, it may or it may not. Then next, what is the next operation? Which one is the next main operation? Multiplication. I am taking the same whole number 1 and 2. What is 1 into 2? 1 into 2 is 2. Then 2 into 1 is 2. Okay. So 1 into 2 is 2 and 2 into 1 is 2. That is 2 is also a whole number. 1 is a whole number, 2 is a whole number, and the product 2 is also a whole number. So we can say they are closed. Multiplication of whole numbers are closed. Okay, then next operation, which is the next operation, tell me? Division. Same number, I am taking the same number for division also. What is 1 divided by 2? How can you write 1 divided by 2? In fraction, we can write 1 by 2. That is half. Okay? Is it a whole number? No. Half is not a whole number. Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So, half is not a whole number. Not a whole number. Then, so next you take 2 divided by 1. What is 2 divided by 1? It is 2. Yes, it is a whole number. It's a whole number. So in the case of division and subtraction, we can say the whole numbers may or may not be closed. Okay, but in the case of addition and multiplication, we can say they are closed under that operation. Clear? Clear? Okay, very good. Here I am saying the closure property. 4 operations are here. First one, addition, and I am taking 2 numbers, 1, 2 or 3, any numbers you can take. I am taking here 2 and 3. Okay, first, what is 2 plus 3? That is equal to 5. Okay, then what is 3 plus 2? That is also is equal to 5. Okay, that is if A and B are 2 whole numbers, then A plus B is also a whole number. So we can say addition is under closure property. Okay, or otherwise we can say addition satisfies closure property. Clear? The next one is subtraction. You take the same example and do it. That is 2 minus 3. What is 2 minus 3? It is negative 1. And what is 3 minus 2? It is equal to 1. Look at here. One is an integer and another is a whole number. So that means if A greater than or equal to B, that is A should be greater than B. If A greater than or equal to B, then A minus B is a whole number. Okay. If A less than B, then A minus B. What is A minus B? A minus B is not a whole number. Okay. So in the case of subtraction, it may or may not be a whole number. Okay. The next one, multiplication. Same example I am taking. 2 into 3 is equal to 6. What is 3 into 2? It is also equal to 6. So if A and B are two whole numbers, then A into B equal to B into C equal to A into B equal to B into A equal to C. That is same number. Okay. So A into B equal to B into A equal to C. Then is also a then which one is also a whole number? C is also a whole number. Okay. Next one is division. Okay, division. A divided by B. Here I am taking another example, otherwise you will get both fractional numbers. Okay, I am taking 1 and 2. Okay, then 1 divided by 2 is equal to 1 by 2, that is equal to half. Then 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2. Okay, look at here. This is a natural number, whole number. Natural numbers are whole numbers. Okay, 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, it is a whole number. Here we can say, in the case of division, A divided by B may or may not be a whole number. Clear? This is the closure property. Next I will tell the commutative property. Okay? Take your notebook and draw this table in your notebook and write all this. Next, commutative property. That is, an operation is commutative if we can change the order. If we can change the order without affecting the result. I will show how to do. Okay. Take two numbers 4 and 5. Okay. First you do 4 plus 5, that is equal to 9. Then next you change the order and do it again. You will get the same result, that is 9. Here the result, changing the order is not affecting the result. Okay. So 4 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. Okay. That is, if A and B are two whole numbers, we can say A plus B equal to B plus A. This is commutative property. So, in the case of addition, it is successful. Okay, next you check the operation subtraction. Okay. 4 minus 5 is equal to minus 1. Then tell me, what is 5 minus 4? 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. Is minus 1 is equal to 1? No, both are different. Negative 1 is not equal to 1. So, in the case of subtraction, you take any number and check these properties. Okay, take 2 or 3 examples, your own examples, and check these properties. Then you can see A minus B not equal to B minus A in the case of subtraction. Okay, so we can write 4 minus 5 not is equal to 5 minus 4. That is, A minus B not equal to B minus A. Next, multiplication, next operation. That is, 4 into 5 is equal to 20 and 5 into 4. What is 5 fours are? 20. Look at the result. Same result. You get the same result. So, we can say multiplication, the operation multiplication is under commutative property. Okay. So, multiplication satisfies commutative property. We can write 4 into 5 is equal to 5 into 4. That is the third commutative property. That is properties in commutative. Third one, multiplication. So, A into B equal to B into A. Clear? Next one, division. In the case of division, take another example, 4 and 2. Then 4 by 2. 4 divided by 2, that is equal to 4 by 2 is equal to 2. But 2 divided by 4 is equal to 2 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2. So 2 is not is equal to 1 by 2. That is 4 divided by 2 not equal to 2 divided by 4. A divided by B not equal to B divided by A. Clear? Very good. Now take your notebook and write down the second property, that is commutative property. After this I will tell the third property. Next one, associative property. What is associate means? Combine. Okay. You have residence association. What they are doing? They are combining all the residents in the areas. Okay. In the same way, we are combining numbers here. Okay. For example, take three numbers 8, 4, 2. Okay. Next, combine 8 and 4 first. That is 8 plus 4. Next, after combining that, combine the next number 2. Then what is 8 plus 4? That is equal to 12. 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. Okay. Next, you combine, leave this 8 here. After that, combine the next two numbers. That is 4 plus 2. That is 8 plus, what is 4 plus 2? It is 6. Then what's your answer? 14. The same answer. You will get the same answer. Now we can say addition holds associative property. Okay? Addition holds associative property. That is, if A, B, C are three whole numbers, then A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Clear? Okay. The next one, subtraction. That is, I am taking the first two numbers together. That is, I am combining these two numbers. And after that, writing the third number. Okay. What is 8 minus 4? 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 2 is? 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay. Next, writing 8 here. Minus, combining 4 minus 2. That is equal to 8 minus. What is 4 minus 2? 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 2, that is equal to 6. Answers are different. Okay. So, subtraction is not associative. Okay. Subtraction does not hold associative property. Clear? So we can say A minus B minus C not equal to, this symbol means not equal to A minus B minus C. Clear? Next one, multiplication. Take the same number, 8 into 4 into 2. What is 8 into 4? 32. 32 into 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 6, 64. Okay. Now I am writing 8 first and combining the next two numbers. 8 into, what is 4 into 2? 8. 8 into 8, 64. Look at here. We'll get the same answer. So we can say multiplication holds associative property. So A into B into C equal to A into B into C. Clear? The next one, division. Okay, that is 8 divided by 4 divided by 2. That is equal to, what is 8 divided by 4? 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. Okay, now I'm writing 8 first, divide, next I am comparing the next two numbers. That is 8 divided by, what is 4 divided by 2? 2. Then what is 8 divided by 2? 4. Look at here. We can see A divided by B divided by C not equal to A divided by B divided by C. That is, division is not under associative property. Okay, clear? Good. Next, take your notebook and draw this chart and write all this.